Hey everybody, how you doing today? Maz, to answer your question, what's with the timey-wimey shenanigans? Yeah, it's just one of those nights. I made the mistake, and I'm not going to go into it other than just to say that I did watch. Made the mistake of watching the debate last night after the stream, which means I was up till close to 2 in the morning. So it's been a slow day. I'm not going to say how I felt about individual candidates, only in so much as to say I don't want to vote for either of them, and the entire thing felt like a joke. It's all the politics I'm going to get into today. We have Maz here, Zarina. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. And Deku. Don't neglect school, Deku. Do not neglect school. That is important. So how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're a little bit more awake than I am. I'm definitely on the dragging end today. Definitely on that dragon side today. You know, when you get to a certain point in life, it doesn't matter how late you stayed up and how tired you are, you're going to wake up at the same time every day. And that's the way it was today. 8 o'clock. About 8 o'clock came around, and I was like, oh, I'm awake. I don't want to be awake, but I'm awake. Did I crawl out of bed? No! I turned on Gumball and watched it for a few hours because I'm like, I'm not getting out of this bed. So, yeah, that's me today. Doing well. I'm doing chores most of the day. That's not bad. I was being sarcastic, but that's good to know. Okay, fair. That's fair. Okie dokie. Woke up about 8 as well. Yeah, 8's when I'm usually up. That's my normal wake time. I have my alarm set for 8:30, but I'm usually between 8 and 8:30. That's when I'm waking up. Can you hear me? Okay, you can still hear me. Baku deleted himself. Apparently something happened with the camera. Let me go check it. Well, this is weird. I've still got power. Oh, wait, what's happening here? Don't use. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, this is so the Baku, don't go into the light. For some reason my camera interface bugged out. So give me just a minute to get it back up. Right, there we go. There we go. All right, yeah. First, the interface, I think it jiggled loose on the USB, and then when I plugged it back in, my my audio program, my music program, also known as a DAW or digital audio workstation, decided, oh, I want to use that, and took control away from OBS. Anyway, we're back, so that's the important thing. Okay, and speaking of music, let's get back into this. Lots of changes I want to make. We got a good baseline of kind of what I'm wanting to do. Let me get my headphones. Yeah, got a good baseline of what I'm wanting to do. These headphones are peeling like mad. I need new headphones, guys. I don't know if you can see this, but I've had these headphones for like 7 years, and it's really starting to peel real bad. I'm going to need to invest in new headphones soon. I want a new pair of headphones. I really do. The same kind. Well, they've got an updated kind. They're AT ATM 50s. Yeah, the Audio Technica ATM 50s. Best headphones for the money, but this is the original version. The newer version has a cord that you can disconnect. The padding is so much nicer. These have really gotten hard with age and they're cracking. And they also have a Bluetooth version, which I'm tempted by. Hey Tag, how you doing? Baku, just a minute time. Oh ho, you're not coming back. Let's just say you're coming back about 2 years later. Sound good? We see the beautiful beard once more. Okay, let's actually let me grab my iPad real quick if it's charged, so that I can read the chat over on the left side. Because my chat's over here, it's hard to read. %, will work with that. Yeah, I haven't found a better way to get my chat set up during the music streams, because for the music streams the camera moves over here instead of it's over here on this side for my game streams. So it's just different little differences. Had a nice beard until about a few days ago, but it was beginning to get very itchy, and I was getting obnoxious keeping it clean. So away with it. Took you an hour and a half to clean it away properly. Yeah, the itchy beard, you get used to it. For me, when I first grew my beard, which I originally grew it for a stage production, and I kept it after that. That was 2016. Yeah, that was when I first started streaming. I was clean shaven, but yeah, for me, the thing that took the longest to get used to was feeling something against my pillow when I was sleeping. That sounds odd, but that was very weird. It was a very weird thing to get used to. Okay, let me pop the chat up here. Also, let's get to working here. Is everything loaded? That's a question. Sounds like it. Let's go to the cellos. And then the strings here are going to be the ones that load slow. Okay, everything sounds loaded. Let's listen to what we did so far, and then we're going to go over some changes that I want to make before continuing with the track. So here's what we've got so far. This intro is going to change completely. It's too boring. There's nothing going on other than these pizzicato chords. We have to change that. I love that cello melody, though. That cello melody is real nice. I like that right there. The strings here, it took me a little getting used to, but I think I like the strings here. Okay, so that's where we are right now. As I said, this intro here with the pizzicato strings, I might keep the pizzicato once we get into our cello section here. I might, but I don't know yet. I'm going to keep the pizzicato up, but let us change what we're doing here. First of all, what are our chords? I'm just going to do a little reminder of our chord progression here. Starting with a D, because we're in the key of D minor. Hey's gonna make me cry. I used to be in the orchestra 4 years ago, and I'm making you reminisce. Oh, I do miss being in a band. I was in band all through high school, and my first year of college, I was in band. Was in wind ensemble and in jazz band. as a trumpet player. So I get it. I was never in an orchestra. There's not much application for brass, especially trumpet players, in a traditional classical orchestral setting. Now, when you start getting into more modern orchestra and especially things that are a little bit more cinematic, you do start hearing more strings, or not strings, more brass, but in a strictly classical sense, you really don't hear it that much. You might, a trumpet in an orchestra will have like 80 measures of rests, and then like 16 measures of something, and then rests for the rest of the piece. And it's not fun to sit and count for half of the piece. And so that's why I would usually skip orchestra in favor of wind ensemble. I was in band when I was in middle school. Third seat clarinet, nice. I was first chair trumpet my senior year, and the drum major. Band was my life. In high school, band was my life. In my orchestra, there was such a thing as violin 1 and violin 2. I was violin 1, which means I was more needed because I was one of the better players. Nice. Such good memories, and obviously, as you can see, the music never died with me. My love of music has always stuck around. It's one of my greatest passions. High school, I spent heading the Smash and Pokemon Club. Hey, that is a good use of time. Don't knock that. That's good, important stuff. Okay, just gonna move this down here. Okay, actually, I can get. Okay, so wait, yeah, I was looking at my chord progression. So we start with the D, and go down to the B flat, then to F, and then to C. So our chords are. Got to get my my foot pedal here. It's way back there, and I don't want to reach down, so I'm using my feet. Okay. There we go. This thing likes to travel away from me. Okay. Do we have... Oh, it's loading. Okay, piano is loading. I do still love music, though. Spotify is the one subscription I'm never ending. I use it most of the day. And you play harmonica and ocarina now for instrumental. Cool. For instruments you actually play. Harmonica and ocarina, two great instruments. Okay, so we're start on a D, go up to the B flat, F, and then the C. Okay. Minor. Get into the F. C. Okay, that's... Okay, that is fairly easy enough. Oh, last thing we do need our keyboard. Silly me. Let me see. Show keyboard. There you go. Now you can see what I am doing. Why is that so... Why are you so out of place? Let's get you back where you should be. Up there, I would say. Okay. Had to really look into my my screen just to get it where it needs to be. Okay, there we go. Now the keyboard is set, so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So for the start, let's get our cello here. We are going to, I think for the cello and I'm going to keep the bass pizzicato. Maybe. The cello and the viola, I am going to... I'm going to record in. Okay, so let's try this. Let's see how this is gonna come together. Okay, and our viola. So what did we have there? Okay, so on the viola part, we started on the A up to the B flat, C, and we stayed at a C. So enter the viola. Start with an A. And is that where I'm at with the viola? Let's take a listen here. Yes, that is the right pitch. Okay, let's mute the pizzicato viola. And we shall play it in here. You're here to be entertained, Deku. All right, I will do my best to entertain you. All right, now for the violins, we are going to change. And I was seriously contemplating this last week. And as I've listened to this piece throughout the week, I am feeling more sure about this. We're going to change this pizzicato on the violins to a marcato. And you'll see the difference here in just a minute as I make that change. I'll just put that right in here. I'm going to keep that pizzicato slot open. Deku, get back to class. I don't need that period there. Wait, actually. That's violin one marcato. It's lunchtime. Okay, that's fair. It's lunchtime. What's for lunch? What's for lunch, Deku? If it's one thing I can say I don't miss from school, it's the lunches. I guess I could also say I don't miss homework, but if I had to choose between paying bills or doing homework, I think I might choose doing homework. Just saying. You know, just saying. And Deku, yogurt and beans. That's not fun. Okay, we'll take a bean real quick. And it's going to be, birthday cake or dirty dishwasher. How dare you? How dare you? Okay. Oh. Tag going for one as well. All right. I have to figure out why this is, it's sticking. It's been sticking out for a little while. And I can't figure out why. All right, let me take a look. Oh, no, it's weird. I don't know why it sticks. The other bucket was better. I'm going to switch to the other bucket. All right. Yeah, Tag, I've done music streams for a few months now. Okay, this one is chocolate pudding or canned dog food. Chocolate pudding. Thank you, Tag. Okay. We want a... let's see. We're going to violins, right? Violin 1. And... Let's go with a short loose. We might go staccato instead of marcato. Let's see. The marcato sounds like this. And staccato would sound like this. Let's get it loaded up. Let's see if you want to go staccato or marcato. Let's do the staccato one. I'm just going to label this short. So violin 1, short. Okay. What did our violin 1, what did that sound like? Let's see. Exactly what I did, I think. Yep, exactly the same thing as we have in the violas there. So let's record that, and we can mute that. Violin 1 short. Ooh. Why? Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Actually, you know what? I'm doing this the wrong way. I could just take these two and copy them down. Of course, now I kind of messed that up. Okay. So we put in a violin 2 short. I should have done that before copying the violin 2 part down. We might be crashing here, guys. It's Well, this is not good. I think we've crashed. I haven't saved today. Maybe it'll if it would actually just crash instead of stalling like this, that would be good, because the Logic actually does create a crash save. I don't know if it'll do that if I have to force quit it. That is the question here. Oh, that actually did the trick. Okay. Sweet. Well, let's save it real quick. Okay, good. No crash. So violin 2 short. Let's go ahead and change that out. Second violins with short loose, staccato. There we go. Why can't it just crash immediately and save us all? I know. Yes, I did save. I saved immediately. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. A couple things that I would like to change really quick. Let's just mute these. We'll just mute these 4 here. I'm not going to remove them just in case I want them back. these two here. I'm going to delete that last note. So let's see how that sounds. Let's quantize these. It's a quarter note. And because they're a little off, so I'm going to quantize them to correct that timing. Then I'm going to come into here and go to the MIDI transform and humanize. This will offset them just slightly, which will allow for a little bit of variation to make it sound a little less computerish. Okay, to get rid of that last note in the bass here. I like having the bass pizzicato. That's real nice. On these two here, let's come into here, and on these last three notes, we need to increase our velocity going into those last three notes. So that we build that. So there we go. So that should give us a nice little increase. Let's also, this bass pits, let's go ahead and quantize you as well because you're a little off. And again, we will go in here and humanize. I think I want to also move these down. Actually, hold on. Maybe just these two. And then we'll mute you guys. Okay, I like that better. Let's listen to the beginning again. The beginning needs one more thing. Maybe a flute, just something something to tie it together. But it's missing just a little something. Already it's sounding better than it did. Okay, I'll listen to that one more time. Okay, let's experiment with a flute there in the beginning. Let's see what that does. Because we're already using an oboe later on. A flute might be nice. Okay, let's see. That would be in Hollywood woodwinds. So a flute. So let's try that sustained vibrato. No, the legato. Legato might be better, actually, for what I'm wanting to do. It's got that. What's this sound like? Never have gotten the hang of East West's legato patches. That's actually not that bad now that I hear it. That's kind of a neat little tune there. Okay. Bear with me here for a moment. We've got to do something with this really quickly. Just gonna come right here, and because I can't let an idea like that go to waste. Okay. I'm gonna turn that metronome off here. Let's try recording that again. Okay, we're not going to use this in this track. I just want a record of it. Something like that. But I love that that little rhythm right there. That's really nice. I'm going to Save a copy as... Let's say flute idea. Okay. Just want to make sure that's saved. Yes, right there. Okay. All right, we can now delete this and keep going because now that we got that idea. But I really like that flute sound. I really do. It's a nice sound. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stream today, guys, because I'm having a hard time because of this jaw issue I've been dealing with. I'm having a hard time wearing headphones over my left ear. In fact, during the stream last night, I had most of the stream like this. You couldn't see it because of the angle of the camera, but most of the stream, I had the left cup behind my ear just because the pressure on my ear was a little much. Doing music this way might be harder. I'll go as long as I can, though. Let's see. Okay, let's actually focus in on the track at hand. That little flute idea that I had right there, we might make that the next song that we do. I like that. I don't know about that. Let's play around with that melody just a little bit. Okay, I like that right there. All right, let's record that in. Hold on. I need my metronome back now that... No, let's try that again. Okay. Get my ear back on. I just need to take little headphone breaks every now and then. I like that as an intro. Let's listen to that one more time. You really can't hear well enough the harmony that's coming with that second violin. Let me hear that one more time. I want to make sure that these get named properly. There we go. There, that's better. Okay, let's hear it with everything else. So this flute right here, I think I need to change the microphone placement on that because it's not coming in. Let me hear that soloed. I think I also may need to pull down the reverb on that. Let's see here. Now let's give you a nice close miking here. Much better. Much, much better. Now let's hear that with everything else. Let me bring it back into the mix. Nice, nice. Again, just real quick. Actually, I do think I want to pull that mic back just a little bit. Okay, I like that. All right, let's hear everything from start to finish. This intro is so much stronger than what we did last week. Well, let's listen to the whole thing right now. Nice. I'm liking this. I am liking this. What's my favorite noise? Oh, that's a odd question. I don't know how to answer that, Tag. I really don't. Perhaps my favorite noise is bird song on a bright spring day. A little bit of wind rustling through the leaves, the babbling of a distant brook. I'm basically describing my happy place to you right now. Although right now, you could say a nice fall day. Oh, Deku, throw me a bean. All right. I know his favorite noise. No, that is far from my favorite noise. This is everything opposite of what I just described to you. Okay, we got toothpaste or berry blue here. And it's a toothpaste. Thank you so much, Decker, for that toothpaste. Okay. All right, I'm loving this. There's something in the oboe that is troubling me, though. Let me take a closer inspection of that. I'm going to solo that just a minute and hear just the oboe sound. That squeak right there. Just a little harsh. Let's don't know if there's a way to really. Actually, I don't think velocity is the issue there. I think it might need to be handled on the modulation level. Let's just bring it down right about there. That sounds a little bit better. Let's hear that. That's a little bit less harsh. Let's listen to it with everything else. Better, much better. Also, I think I also want to add a bass here just to bring in that low section a little bit more. Now that the cello is gone. So we get our basses out here. So Hollywood strings gold, basses, and there we go. No, I wanted that round robin, not the down bow there. Okay, there we go. Let's got our basses here, and let's just, for ease of use, bring our cellos down. We'll copy that down and double it an octave down. Okay, let's hear everything in the strings here. Okay, Deku, have a good day at school. Man, hear how that changes things up when you add that bass? Let's hear the whole thing there. I'm wondering if the close isn't even up on those basses. Those basses are that's just a loud patch compared to the other strings. Yeah, I think it sounds good. Okay. All right. So I know kind of how I want to move on to the next one because I'm going to take this part here. and bring that into the strings. And we're going to kind of round it out there and loop it because it's going to be a looping track. Okay, so let's just redo that first part here, and get it how we want it in the strings, and then we'll worry about how to transition into that. We'll be able to find a good clean transition. Let's just come out here to bar 36. We're going to do this on the melody on the first violins. We want to be higher up. Oh yeah, right up there. Okay. All right, let's try this. Okay. Violin 2, we're going to just copy, paste, basically, and double that an octave down. That is a very good trick. If you want a lot of power in your strings, using doubling like this really add that power. So it'll sound like this. Notice that nice little crescendo at the end? Okay. Our viola. What did our viola part sound like there? Actually, let's not worry about bringing those parts in. The viola will be doing essentially what the second violin used to do, I think. Let's just get the cello in. Actually, cello should be easy to... Well, nah, I'm going to have to... Where were you? Let's find out. Okay, you're right there. Have a nice spread of dynamic range in here. I might have to do a little bit of Debussy to add a little bit more drama in here. Okay. Basses again, we can copy down and name region by track. Be a nice minute and a half loop, think about, which is not too bad. That's a minute and a half is a nice little loop for a game. Now we just have to worry about writing a viola part. And again, maybe adding a little bit of Debussy. We'll see. Yeah, I think I will do a little bit of Debussy there. So we'll the violas. What did the viola part look like over here? Right here. Okay, so we start with A, B flat, C, C, A, B flat, C, A. So we would go. Okay, I think that's what it's looking like. So let's see how that'll sound. Oh, I forgot that I was cutting it off there. Okay, let's try that again. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. All right, so let's look at how we can... First of all, what did we do with the second violins over here? Okay, yeah, we did the same thing that we just did. Except we went up. Okay, at the end. So let's do that again. Over here, violin twos. But we got to make sure that we're not... Well, let's just record once and we'll see if there's any conflict with the first parts. And yeah, I totally screwed that last one up, but we can fix it. Okay, let's see. Done. Okay, let's see how that sounds. Just the violin twos here. This one. Maybe. Let's get the first violin in and see how that sounds. The first violin twos. Thank you, Tag. Thank you. That was not a nice sound, Tag. Okay, let's see. We've got... can't get one to come out. Oh, I haven't had one of these in a while. It's... stink bug or toasted marshmallow. Oh, that's totally stink bug. Oh, that's a bad stink bug. I gotta tell you something, sir. That's a bad stink bug. That's a terrible stink bug. Oh. Okay. Oh, it's getting worse. Oh, I can't stand stink bug, guys. That is the worst being in there is stink bug. I mean, it's worse than vomit, worse than dirty dishwasher. Stink bug just takes the cake. Oh, that is nasty. Okay. Violin 1. Okay, yeah, what were we? We were looking at this here. How did we write this one in? Wait, that's violin 1. What's violin 2? Oh. Starts with the F. Oh, it stays. Oh, I see. I see. So... Okay, well, let's... Actually, hold on. I got an idea. Let's let's redo all of that. Okay, and then for the first... And how did this go in the second violins? We're kind of switching our seconds and our first, but that's okay. I think this will work actually better. I'm glad things worked out this way. Let me go through and watch it. Staying with that F. Up to the G on the last chord. Back down to the F. G on that third chord. Okay, so yeah, it just goes F and G. Okay, I can do that. So we're going to go... Okay, that's easy enough. I didn't get to hear actually how that sounded because my ears needed to break. Let me hear just what that sounded like here. That works really well, actually. Add the seconds to that. How's it sound? Ooh. Nice. 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 Full orchestra. Dang. That's sounding good right there. Okay. Do we want to add anything? Let's just look at the spread of the whole orchestra and see how it looks here. No, what are you doing? So here's what the whole orchestra is looking like here. There is a bit of a gap between the violins and the violas. It does start to close a little bit as the melody gets down there, but I might consider, what are our violas doing? They're doing that. So what happens if, let's look at the viola again. Because it starts, why can't I hear you? There we go. Okay, so yeah, it starts on the... Yeah, it starts down there. So what if we went... Would that work? Let's see. I'm going to hear just the viola here. So just start there. Okay, I think I know how I can do that. Let's record this in. Wait. Okay. Okay, and how's that look with the violins above it? It works. It works. Okay. All right, again, looking at all tracks here and looking at our spread through the orchestra, it's very full. Now we have a little bit of a gap between the cellos and the violas, but I don't see a huge issue with that. Especially bad right there. I might actually split the cellos for this one note. Yeah, I think for this one note, I could go ahead and just split the cellos because that is such a wide spread. So we will get a little divisi just for that one note, get that higher F up there. So we'll split you. So now how's that sound? Put my headphones back in, or on. Did not mean to do that. There. Okay, how's the sound now? Dang, that's not bad. I am curious. What would it sound like without that first violin going to Visio? Well, I don't know. I like the closeness of it. It sounds. It has a sadness to it. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, now to hook it up with here. Let's see. That is how to go about linking those two. I need a good transition from this part to this part. I mean, then it's almost done. Like it's actually come together pretty quick today. At that point, we then add the loop point, and then we can go into finalizing the track. me listen to the whole thing from the beginning real quick. I'm going to move these over. There. There will be a little bit of a gap there, but that will go away. Right now, it's me trying to figure out how I want to fill that gap. So let's just listen real quick. Okay. Couple things. First thing I want to do is I feel like the viola and cello at the beginning, these two here. Let's divide that a little bit. See, what notes do we have here for these two? Okay, so I feel like I want to go up to the F there. Yeah, let's take you up to the F on the cello. Nice. And that's a really huge spread. I actually changed my mind. I want the viola to split. The viola is going to go down to that F. Because it's going to need to stay on that F. And see, the cello is going to split and go to that C. It'll stay on that C for the end. We need a D. No, it's ending on C. We need a G. Okay. Yeah, this viola here. It's going to walk up to that G there. That will be a nice, strong chord there. So now our viola cello sounds like this. Much, much more powerful. Let's bring that in. We don't want a complete overlap there because we want to hear that cello note shift. Actually, we need to come back here. Nice. And hear it with everything. Let's see. Likewise, I feel like the let's see, the violin 1 and violin 2 shorts, we might also give that a little bit of a... No, I did not want to do that. Let's see, how are we sounding here? That's pretty close together. However, let's make it a full triad here. Actually, it'll be easier to... Okay, hold on. So that was D, and then we go to B flat, and we've got a B flat into an F, which works well. You guys could stay a D, though, and that would work. And then going down to the F, an F here, a C here. Bring you guys down to a C. That would be a nice open chord there. And then... Wait, is that right? No, it ends on F and then goes to C. So a C on F. That still works. And then, yeah, bring it over here to C. Hack this off here. And how's that sounding? so much more full. So much more full. So much more beautiful. I think I want to do it here as well. Except I do have viola to look at because, yeah, let's look at what, just look at the full spectrum here. Okay, so for the first ones, we had gone down to... Wait a minute, I'm confused here. Oh, okay. I get what happened here. Okay. Okay, so, yeah, again, viola, cello, violin 1, violin 2. Okay, let's fill these in here. All right. So we're going to start with bringing you guys down. Start on a D. F. Okay, so yeah, we're going to fill in that D there. And then it moves down to the B flat. And that can stay on that D there. Then we go down to F. And the so I was dropping down to that C, but it looks like the viola is already doing that, so we're not going to add that. We will come back here though. Again, add the bring you down to the D. And it goes to the C. C here. We've got a G here and a C here. We could go on ahead and add the E's here. And we really spread this out. So let's actually spread this out a little bit more, or fill in the gaps here a bit. We're back to a D. And we have an empty A. Let's split the firsts along that D and an A. And then we've got F's here. Our second violins. And we want to go ahead and go down to the D. All right, that does look a little bit more full. Let's hear just what those violins are doing there. Actually, let's add the viola, even though it's just pits, because it'll give us an idea of what's filling in there. Oh, I like that. Okay, let's hear. Oh, wrong button there. Let's hear all together here. Bring that flute up just a little bit. And now we got to figure this transition out. All right. I like it. Let's figure this transition out now because okay, I think I've got it. Because if I can bum, bum, bum. Okay, so we're going to come over into here and okay, so we're going to put you there. So D. Okay. And we'll do the same thing to the basses. Let's bring that back there. Okay, and the basses, again, shall copy you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not the whole thing, just the one note. Bring you over here. Come up here. And come on, there we go. Cut you there. Anywhere that we have actually. Kind of making this up as I go right now, but it's making sense in my mind. And what's the first note on this? So yeah, that's putting us right up where we need to be. And the viola or the violin. It's going to be doing the same thing that the basses and cellos are doing. And the viola, I believe, is just going to hold its note out some more. Okay, so how's that sound? Okay, I like that. Okay, changed my mind there. The viola, instead of replaying the note, you are just going to hold that. There's enough transitioning notes that you can register that a note is changing. Something still bugs me about that. I think it might be in the cellos and basses. I think there might be... Yeah, there's not enough of an overhang. Let's... By doing this, it makes the transition of notes a little bit more smooth. Whoa, wrong button. We're going to do the same thing here and hold this out. Whoa. Okay, we need to... Yeah, we need to fix that real quick. So let's make sure everything's starting where it needs to. That way, when we split off that front part... There we go. Okay, now split... Oh, what am I missing? What am I missing there? The basses. Didn't get the bass? Oh, yeah, did not get that bass. Okay, so let's grab that bass there, and we'll split you. There we go. Okay, take you out. You two here. That little overhang would actually be beneficial. Let's just rein you in there. Okay, let's see how this sounds. Only thing it needs is a cymbal. That's it. Also, some dynamics. We're going to add some dynamics in here in just a little bit. We've got 20 minutes left. I think I can stretch that into 30. I think in that amount of time we can finish this up, guys. We are very, very close. Let's add... Okay, at this point, really quickly, I think it's safe to say, let's clean this up a little bit before we move on. We can go ahead and delete these two pizzicato. And you know what? We can get rid of the first violin and second violin pizzicato. They are not used. And let's bring the first violin, let's bring the short violins up here above the pizzicato. That cleans us up quite a bit there. Then let's go ahead and add some cymbals. So we're looking for orchestral percussion. Excuse me. A suspended cymbal. Let's try this one. What's this dream cymbal sound like? No. I kind of like the 20-inch Zijin. Let's see. Let's just play around with this real quick. See. Actually, you know what? I think the 18-inch is going to do me better. A little bit brighter. Let's go back to the 20. Yeah, I'm going to use that 20-inch there. Also, that needs to go up because we had the basses turned way down. There was another thing. Okay, this right here. Yeah, let's step up to that. So how's that sound? Okay. Let's get that symbol in. If I can remember where it's at. Nope. There it is. I might go back to that 18-incher. That 20 might be just a little harsh. Okay, at what point does the... Right about here, maybe? More like right here. I knew it was close. Actually, the thing to do is going to be to solo this. Let's find out where the... Right about here, I think. We want that peak of the symbol to hit right at the 24 mark. I think I've got it there. So let's hear how it sounds with everything else. Bring it down just a tad. Also, let's bring it a little bit more in the background, which means it's going to have more of a reverb. Bring it back a bit. Okay, it's a little early. Little early. Let's back it up just a tad here. Let's do it one more time. I think I went the wrong way with that. No, I didn't. Maybe right there. I'm not quite happy with that placement. Okay, not bad. I do need to increase the dynamics there, and I think I'm going to use expression to do that. But my big question is, and I think that this one is controlling expression here. Yes. So where is my expression here? Okay, so I'm going to go to the beginning here, and we are going to set the expression on all of these strings here a little bit lower. Set that expression. Hey, Bubbler, how you doing? You're just in time. We're just finishing this up, just working on the dynamics here. Okay, that ought to be good for that. And going here to violin 2 again. This is going to seem repetitive to you guys, but I'm just going and setting these values for every single string track here, so that I can then increase it later when I want to really crescendo. Oh yeah, I might want to actually hit the viola and bass right here. Wait, that no. Viola and cello, I mean. Just got here. How's everybody doing? Doing good. Where have I heard this theme before? This back and forth reminds me of fine-tuning and animation. Yep. We was working on it last week. If you've heard it before last week, then I'm in trouble because this is an original composition. So hopefully you've never heard this before. That's the big hope. Okay, now that we've brought those guys down, we're going to have to go in and tweak the microphone settings to make them louder, because I have just greatly decreased the volume of these guys, as you can now hear. So let's come in right here, and we'll set these each up, starting with the violin 1. I've been playing RLC Craft, or RLC Craft, RL Craft, 20 the ins and out, which is taking you 7 hours because the first 4 I only kept dying. I'm interested in how RL Craft's going to go, because I've never played RL Craft. So that's going to be interesting for sure. Okay, let's get these dynamics set. We're so close to finishing this up, guys. I really want to get this finished up before I quit. But I've got the time. Not going anywhere today. I just have to fix dinner. So I have the time. So what we're going to do to bring these up is add a close mic position. We'll let that load. Played it once a long time ago, like Minecraft 1.7. Oh, wow. That has been a while ago. Finish it.
Finish IT.
Finish IT. Do you not know what IT spells? Why would you say IT? It's finish it. Thank you, Bumble, for those 20 bits, and I will finish it. Okay, so... okay, so that's the violin 1s. Can I just change it up here? Not easily. Used to be able to. Okay, so violin 2... do the same thing. Actually, let's just add them, and well, no, let's actually play it. It'd be easier to do that way. Got to call that Finnish tech support. Let's put you just a little further. There we go. Okay, that sounds good. All right, let's tweak the viola now. Bumbler, what are you guys playing tonight? I keep forgetting. I mean, it's kind of... what is it you guys are doing tonight? I kind of remember you playing something BioShock. That's right, BioShock. I'll forget next week. I guarantee you I'll forget next week. That's a game I never did get into. It's something I might have to pick up sometime in the future. Okay, that's good. Now let's get the cellos in there. We are desperately needing some bass right now. We've turned up everything but our bass instruments, and it's sounding really thin. But that's what our cellos are here for. Okay. Get this close mic in on the cello. Turn that up there. And finally, our basses. Bumbler, I got lucky one spawn because I managed to run and hide like a coward long enough to get stones and make a cobblestone. Across the way, I found a patch of gravel in the water and hid through the night under a low-lying tree and made flint shards all night, made a hatchet, chopped down 5 trees and fortified some ruins that were nearby, and made that my home. And once I had a home with a crafting table, it has been on the up and up from there. Wow. Yep, that sounds like any kind of Minecraft or equivalent survival there. Once you get a base in bed, it anchors things. Yeah, those first few moments in any kind of Minecraft game, they can be quite harrowing if you don't have, if you can't get things built up quick enough. We've been lucky in our last couple of servers that we've started to be real close to a village that we can just borrow homes. But I actually prefer it not to be close to a village because then it forces you to really survive. That first day, that race to darkness is just intense. Okay, that's sounding pretty nice. All right. Now that we have that down, do we need to change the mix a little bit with these strings? Let's listen from the beginning, and let's just do a little bit of mixing here. In RL Craft, it is a very harrowing experience. It lengthens the first day experience to a whole week, and there are 5 times more mobs, and they all hurt like trucks. Wow. No, go away. I want to go to the beginning. Okay, I just want to check the reverb there. Okay, here's where the strings really come into play coming up here. Okay, let us add some beautiful dynamics to this. Feeling all right with that mix. I might tweak it at a later date, but for now, let's just hold with that. And let's get this. I'm not entirely happy with these cymbals, though, I must admit. Yeah, let's do that. It needs to... Let's... It's about right here. So let's see, how's that sound? That should do it. Let's hear that. Okay, a little early there, so let's... All right, now let's add some beautiful crescendos here. Starting with our violin. Not quite good enough. Okay, let's go to violin 2 now. The viola. Okay, and to the cello now. Might be getting just a little loud. I might have to bring the overall level down a little bit. Yeah, it's getting just a little on the loud side, so we'll compensate. Oh, but you gotta admit, the presence of those strings. Oh, okay. I gotta hear just the. I gotta hear this going into the last section, and the way that rises up. I gotta hear this. Nice. Oh, nice. Oh, dude, This is what music is all about. Having these moments where you have worked on something for hours and you get to this moment and oh, it feels good. It feels so good. This is what I live for. This is why I'm so passionate about music. For moments like this. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I just had a moment. That was just when something comes together like that and builds so beautifully. I'm gonna have to bring up those. Thank you, Bumbler. I'm loving how this is coming out. I mean, it's night and day. Like what I ended with last week, I kind of liked where it was going, but the changes I implemented today and the way that I finished it out, it's just sounding fantastic. Let's get these cymbals done. Okay, so the way that we will end it, because again, remember, this will be a looping track. So now we're at the point where we've finished the track proper, but now we need to add a loop point so that it can loop back to the beginning. You're going through mastering the track now with little pushes here and there. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that dynamics is really what brings life to a track. Victory, exactly, Tag. Exactly. So what I'm going to do is the actual end of the track will be this here. It's going to... So it's actually going to end up being about... Let's see. Okay, let's chop... Hold on, let's... This is a good point. So I'm going to have to... Yes, I will need that there because I got to reset the violin, or the viola, and the cello there. I didn't notice cheer before Bubbler. Okay. Yeah, let's drop this right here. And is that going to interfere? Yes, it is. Okay, so we're going to want to... Let's make sure that... Okay, yeah, let's make sure there's nothing before that cutoff point. And the reason why I have to cut this off is there is MIDI data here that's going to make these instruments quieter. Basically what I was doing is when I first recorded this at the beginning of the song, I was setting the level that I want these instruments to be at. And I can't have that here because if I push this over, it's going to interfere with the crescendo that I have ending the song. So we're going to want to cut that off. And we're just going to have to... No, wait. No, that goes there. Okay, so... And the flute, we don't want... Okay, so we'll... So this is the end of the song right here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in the beginning of the song. The beginning of the song is basically, this again. Except the flute is not going to be at the end. So this point where I'm going to put the playhead right here, that is our loop point right here. So I'm repeating this without the flute just for the end of the song. And the reason why we're doing that is you want the end to be extremely similar to the beginning because you have to add the reverb to the end. When a looping song starts, there's actually reverb from the very end of the song at the beginning. If you didn't add that reverb, it would sound unnatural. So because you know going into this that you are going to have to add that reverb, you then have to make sure the very end of your track is very similar to the very beginning. That way, when the beginning sounds and that reverb is added there, mentally, you don't notice it. Your brain doesn't notice it. If it was gone, it would notice it. But with it being there, if you do it just right, it won't notice it. So that's why at the very end of the track, I'm adding these 4 measures with just these here. And then we are going to add this with the flute here. I'm going to have to add one. We're going to have to tweak it a little bit. Because now that I remember, we did kind of do the crescendo and cut off that last beat there at the end. Reverb, a sound designer's best friend and worst enemy. Yeah. I'd bet bits on Haru from the previous stream, maybe. It probably was Haru from the previous stream. That's probably true. Somebody did do some bits, cheer some bits last week. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's come in here. And... yeah, 36 is where that happens. Okay, so we're going to want to add the... needs to be short. Why are you so long? Make it short. Then also the velocity on these needs to be... because we crescendoed those at the end. We don't need to do that now. Not on these. Actually, you know what? Why don't I just... just do them all while I'm at it. So bring you down. Can bring you down just a bit. Same with you. Then we're going to... that might have been... Did I just... oh, I did, maybe. My mouse just went wonky. I don't know what this is, but... okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, well... I maybe softened it just a little much. And then we're going to take these and copy them over to here. There we go. And, oh, there's one there. That's our bass there, our pizzicato bass. And then we're going to have to do that with these. Don't think that matters, but I'm going to soften you anyway just because. Now on these two, on this viola and cello part here, why are you so long? We don't need that. So yeah, the viola and cello part here, we do need to even out that mod wheel. So let's come over here to the step editor. You can see where we crescendoed there. We're just going to take that. We're going to level you out. Same thing down here with this cello. Just level you out, and that'll take out that... oh, there we go. Take out that crescendo there. So that should sound a little bit better. There we go. I'm going to come in with the flute. And that flute actually signifies the beginning of the track. Okay, we did have a little bit of a dynamic issue there. Okay, I think what we need to do is just kind of come back down to the point. We built it, but now we can come back down just a little bit. Also with the viola, come back down. It starts off pretty quiet, so we're going to have to bring it down just a little bit more so that it matches that softer tone. Let's hear that. That helped, yeah. Okay, so when the song loops, let's see how that sounds from here. Okay, there's too much of a disconnect there. If this song was just going to end here, I would end it boom with that big, beautiful chord, and it just dissipates into the air. But we're looping back, and it's the loop is too obvious, and you do never want that loop to be too obvious. So I think what I'm going to do is yes, I'm going to you are going to come over here. Cut you off there. And then we're going to bring you up here. And we'll add some pizzicato rhythm here to prepare us for that loop. So what if we just end it with what if we chop off that third, the bum, bum, bum? I think that'll do it. Even though we've got a little bit of dead air there, we're doing that throughout the song, so it doesn't sound out of place. What do you think? Okay, so let's listen to it both ways. This is with the fourth beat removed. And then this is with the fourth beat added. Oh, I can't decide. Tell me what you think, guys. Tell me your thoughts, because I'm stuck between them. I mean, I see the benefit of both of them. Listen to them one more time. And then again with them removed. I like it removed. I do. I like it removed. Even though there is that one beat where nothing's playing, because we have these pizzicato bass and cello doing those 3 notes there, it prepares us. It prepares our minds for the loop, so it's not so out of place. Okay, I think that's going to do it for this track, guys. That's going to finish it up. A little bit of polishing to do, but I can do that on my own. This is a fantastic track. I was unsure last week when we started it, but boy, am I loving it now. Let's listen to this track in its entirety, guys. Nice. Okay. That, and then, yeah, we have the loop here. It's going to loop back to the beginning. That is, oh, man, I absolutely love how this turned out. Hey, Verde Vox, how you doing? Good to see you. Yes, I have been working. Thank you. I love how this turned out. So this is the first of a new set of tracks that I do plan to bundle together and sell as a collection of RPG action tracks that developers can then purchase for a good rate and use in their games. And that's what I'm going to be doing on this stream from now on every week, is working on songs that I'm then going to just turn around and make available at developer websites. There's a few out there. The Unity Asset Store is one of them, but make them available in packs, and that's really good for indie indie developers who maybe can't afford to pay for custom audio because it's not cheap. But this allows them to purchase some ready-made tracks at a more affordable rate. And so that's what I'm going to be doing here during the week. And I love having you guys with me and letting you see how this gets put together. This is the first time you guys have actually seen me work on an original track. You've heard my original music. You've seen me work on game covers, but this is the first time I've actually done an original track on stream, and it turned out really well. It ended up being a good, minute and 50. Minute 50 track. That's pretty solid. Minute and a half to 2 minutes, I think, is really good for a looping track. But yeah, I love how this turned out. So yeah, next week I'm not going to be on here because I will be at at Game SoundCon, which is a virtual convention this year. But that is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week. So I will not be streaming in the afternoon because I will be attending some kind of game audio class. But I'm excited. It's my first time attending Game SoundCon. It's normally like $700 in California. So 2 reasons why I can't go. But now it's $25 online. So I better believe I'm going to that. So yeah, that's where I'll be next week. And so it'll be another 2 weeks before we have a music stream. Other than that, tomorrow night, be sure to be here at 7 o'clock Eastern time because Baku Smash is here, our annual Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Tournament. I am so excited to get down and play some Smash with you guys. If you haven't signed up yet, !Baku Smash. It's gonna be fun. Verde, best of luck. Thank you so much. It's new territory for me. It's a new business strategy that I'm hoping will pan out and help me to get even more clientele. So we shall see. Verde, feel free to sign up for Baku Smash. It's going to be fun tomorrow night. Other than that, tonight, in about 3.5 hours, head over to Rogues and Role Players. They're going to be playing some BioShock tonight. So give them some support. And then Friday, also on Rogues and Role Players, Friday night, they're going to be playing some RL Craft. I'll be right in there with them. And Saturday, continuing Ace Attorney. I'm loving seeing them voice the characters of one of my favorite video game franchises. So that's what's coming up the rest of the week. So thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. And yeah, we're making some music together. This was a lot of fun, and I look forward to starting the next track. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. I thought about doing maybe a town theme. Maybe I'll do something with that little flute melody that came out of nowhere at the top of the stream. We shall see. Anyway, I'm going to go and make some spaghetti. So you guys have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow night for Baku. Ooh, I just got attacked by Mike. I'll see you tomorrow night for Baku Smash. See you then.